I'm going to move on now to ask the Deputy Clerk if we've received any questions on the Q&A function.
Deputy Clerk.
Amanda, you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me? Sorry, Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
We can hear you now.
Thank you. So, yes, we have received questions, Mr. Mayor, and we've actually received 6 questions. So, yes, that works out perfectly. One of the questions relates to item 14, so I'll come on to that one last, but I'll read out the others in no particular order. So the first one is, and this relates to the previous discussion, can you tell me what the Town Council, item 14 on today's agenda, which is the public interest report, and just bear with me because it's quite a long question. The sale of the Greenfield recreation ground has been legally determined as unlawful at the Judicial Review in December 2019, the document upon which the PIR is based and Town Council accounts year-end 18. The monies unlawfully allocated from this disposal in the Town Council accounts year ending 18 need to be reallocated as Greenfield's recreation ground. The Greenfields Community Group requests that this is done at the earliest opportunity today, 18th of May 2020. The money is held in trust. We further request that the Town Council reviews the actions of the senior officers under the Code of Conduct in these unlawful actions. We ask that these breaches in this code require sanctions and that those who have acted unlawfully in this sale are sanctioned. Can the above be confirmed at this meeting, 18th of May 2020?
Thank you. Alan, do you want to deal with that one?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. The final point that we're not going to confirm anything this evening. And I'm not going to dispute or agree with anything in any of the allegations within the question, because the next item on the agenda, or the one after, I don't know which, is dealing with this in a very transparent, open, rigorous, and honest way. We have recognised what the Auditor's report said about our actions relating to the sale of this land. We are going to investigate all aspects of that sale, and the person asking the question will see that we've published terms of reference for an investigation that will be entirely independent of anyone that's hitherto been involved in that sale or made decisions thereon. Hence, we hope that we can get this independent, thorough inquiry underway. I will promise that the findings therein will be publicised, and that hopefully we can have a meeting to present that in due course in a more open and thorough manner than doing it virtually.
Thank you, Alan. We're on to item 13 now. Executive decisions. To receive and adopt the list of executive decisions that have been taken following the weekly meeting list. We're moving on to item 14, the public interest report. To note, the public interest report issued by the external auditor and agree process to ensure that the Town Council meets its statutory obligations regarding any future disposal of assets. All members have hopefully had time to consider the contents of the report. As it is addressed to the leader of the council, perhaps Councillor Mosley would like to comment.
Well, I'd like to propose the motions that are within the document. It's well rehearsed, this item, Mr. Mayor, and the reasons for it are contained within the preamble to the motion itself, and the proposals are that we appoint an independent review, which to be undertaken by a person of note, fully independent of the council, who will consider evidence and submissions from all interested parties. We further propose that the terms of reference that are in that document be adopted, and to take this forward, which is going to be quite a complex process. We also propose that the group leaders be designated to manage the process, including the preparation of all documentation necessary for establishing the scope and specifications for the review, and also the procurement and appointment process, together with timelines and the reporting process. So I propose that, Mr. Mayor, and hope that it will receive unanimous support.
Thank you, Alan. Councillor Nutting.
Oh, hi. You can hear me? Yeah, I was just making sure I wasn't on mute. Sorry I was late to the meeting. I'm interested in this report. I support what Alan's saying and all that, but I just worry that it's being misinterpreted by some people out in the public eye, that it's actually a criticism of the Town Council. I mean, basically, it's not criticising the decision, it's just saying we didn't follow the correct process. And I think it needs to be teased out exactly what was said or what was done at the time. We didn't get the process quite right, but it isn't actually saying we made the wrong decision. So I think that needs to be clarified as part of this report, and I hope that will be made, that those sentiments will be given to whoever is appointed to do a report. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Any other comments on this?
Well, Alex Phillips is going to second it, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. So I was just about to come in there. Yes, I'd like to second it. Alan's covered a lot of the points. Addressing the question from the Greenfield residents earlier, obviously have various things they would like to go and see happen in this review. I'd flag that the motion does say that submissions are looked from all interested parties, so that will include them, and also the issues surrounding point 4, any outstanding issues, and point 2, any legal impediments. That should be able to go and cover the points they've raised, indeed any other points they want to go and raise. I mean, this should be full and open and transparent, as Alan said, and all evidence should be considered in making sure we get to the right conclusions and learn the right lessons from this. So that will go and benefit Greenfield's residents, and will go and benefit indeed the whole of the Shrewsbury community in learning from this episode.
Thank you. Councillor Fraser.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm interested to know how whoever undertakes the review, how that person is going to be selected. I think people will be interested to know, who it is and why they've been chosen. I also think that it's a peculiar time to be doing this, and that it shouldn't in any way sort of jeopardise the running of the council at the moment. That is a hard. These are hard times, and people are doing a fantastic job keeping the show on the road, and that nothing in these proposals here should make people's day jobs any harder.
Thank you.
Just in reply to that, Mr. Mayor, if I could, Alan Mosley.
Yep.
Yes, the group leaders are going to take clear responsibility for having a major role in this, and I can assure you that the person selected to undertake this will be of a person of note and significant experience and reputation for managing difficult scenarios involving legal issues. It's the timing is not of our making, I'm afraid, Hannah. The timing is the product of reference that was made to the external auditor and their report being published a few weeks ago, and us feeling that it was necessary to respond to that in terms of the actions that we're proposing tonight.
Thank you. Is there anyone who would wish to vote against or abstain? Okay, so thank you. From that, I'll take it it's unanimous. Thank you very much. Right, so that more or less concludes this evening's meeting of the council. Just before go any further, I think we'd like, as a town council, we would very much like to congratulate residents across the town who've stepped forward during the pandemic to join the huge number of mutual aid groups